snatched his sign and hoisted it higher, striving to lift it over the heads of the crowd, so the soldiers surrounding the massive rectangular mass of humanity, like spectators around a boxing ring, could see it. So the snipers skulking on the rooftops above couldn't fail to read it. Our country wants freedom. A surge of fierce joy gripped his heart as he felt himself jostled from all sides, his voice rising in unison with his fellow protesters. By Gaddafi, Qassem next! By Gaddafi, Qassem next! He could smell the rank sweat emanating from the armpits of the man next to him, his arm also raised above his head, stabbing the air in time with the chant, By Gaddafi, Qassem next! Or perhaps the smell came from the man in front, whose main breakfast ingredient had obviously been garlic. There were so many, pressing and squeezing, striving to move forward, striving to get to nowhere in particular. Ahmed turned his head from side to side, smiling as he chanted. He had read about the special bonds soldiers form for each other in war. This must be what it was like. He felt a strong sense of love for smelly armpits and garlic breath. He probably didn't have a thing in common with either of them. They were no doubt ignorant, uneducated men. Yet here they all were, class, money, education thrown aside as they joined forces to fight for something they all believed in. How incredible. A hand, holding an open pack of cigarettes, snaked around in front of his face. Ahmed turned his head and grinned at his friend Musa. I thought I'd lost you. How's it going? He shouted, shoving a little harder to his right in order to open up a space for his friend. Humanity stinks, Musa shouted at him. What? It reeks. Take a whiff. Like animals. Ahmed grinned. That's exactly what I was thinking. He took a drag of his cigarette, blew the smoke up into the air to mingle with the other scents. But animals don't do this. They don't fight for freedom and democracy. They don't battle to improve their world. We're making history, my friend. History! I know! Great, isn't it? Musa said in a happy tone that reflected the feeling bursting out of Ahmed's breast. And he grabbed the other end of Ahmed's sign and they lifted it together, shouting, By Gaddafi, Qassem next! A wave of protesters suddenly caved in towards them on the right. A woman's scream quavered in the air, followed by a stream of expletives. Ahmed caught the words, tear gas. He turned to his right and looked over the heads of the people now pushing towards him. There was smoke billowing up several meters away, creating a radius of empty pavement as a crowd melted around it in all directions. He felt himself stumbling backwards, pressed by the wall of people flowing in his direction. He turned quickly before he fell and began to move in the opposite direction, mindful of controlling the panic, not shoving or using his superior weight or height to hack his way out over the bodies of others. These were his fellow protesters, his brothers. He would not act like a beast, devaluing human life like they did, the inhuman other side.